Morning. If someone's there, I can't really see the. If you're there, I'm not ignoring you. Just making breakfast. Ham and eggs. Yes, this is a fancy way to cut up a tomato to fry, but I like doing it. Good fun. And all you do is twist it. There you go. Find the spot in the pan. So I'm making breakfast for all those ham and eggers. Better get rid of that. Yeah, I don't have a fried breakfast most mornings. I'm having one today because I'm going to the dentist. So I'm going to eat now because I won't be able to fill my lips later. You know the story. All I asked for was carrot and hummus. Geez, I bet you're farting like a goat. Might put a little bit of the old cracked pepper on their tomatoes. No comment. I love pepper. I really love pepper. Cracked salt. So for all you ham and eggers out there this morning, I'm making you breakfast, but I'm going to eat it. Not that exciting really, is it? Weather's definitely changing here. Sort of every morning's getting a little bit cooler. G'day, awesome. A little bit cooler. I'm wearing my dressing gown. The old blue velvet velour dressing gown. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Mel? Cloudy. Told you, change the seasons. Definitely happening. Yeah, I hope we get a bit of rain. You know what it's like. We get promised rain every couple of months and then it doesn't show up. Can't watch anymore. Yeah. Some bad fires. Bit of Worcestershire on the eggs, just a little bit for flavour. You all know what that is. Yeah, we keep hearing about these ham and eggers, so I thought I'd cook some. Like I say, I don't have a cooked breakfast every morning. Let's get them over there. Whack a couple eggs in. Exhibit A. One. Yeah, one didn't stay in its shape, but I don't care. It'll taste like an egg. be about another 5 minutes, I reckon. We'll be pretty close. Like I say, I don't have a cooked breakfast every morning at all. Maybe once a week. You guys, do you eat cooked breakfasts? Sometimes I don't eat breakfast at all, to be honest. Really. But I do enjoy it. Yeah, what is the temp supposed to be today, Mel? Do you know? Fridays and weekends. Yeah, I spoil the missus in bed on Sunday morning. She wakes up like a sleepy sheepdog and goes, "What's going on?" But I don't mind. She enjoys it. Just one piece of toast will do. Oops. Nope, I can hear the crows. What is the time? The boy will be here soon, eh? One of our grandkids will be here shortly. Gets dropped off here just before he goes to school, because we're not too far from his school. I better eat this before he gets here. They're looking good, those tomatoes. Yes, one of our grandsons, like I say, gets dropped off here before he goes to school, because the school is close, and our kids work really early in the city. But sometimes they wake him up a bit early and he comes in and won't talk, arms folded. But you've never seen that before. What's wrong? Okay. I'll talk to you for 20 minutes. It'll sort itself out. It's a bit like some people on YouTube. Not talking. Broken my feet. You gonna have a look at it? Getting pretty close. So I'll turn that on. I shall be buttering my toast. Flouring. I shall turn that around. The magic of studio television. No, it's just my camera on top of the biscuit barrel, which is a good prop. Cooking toast is a little bit like watching a kettle boil. It never pops when you need it. Hey, look, the cockies are coming. Anyway, that looks pretty good. I'll just grab my toast. Now, most mornings the missus would have Vegemite on toast. I don't have it every morning. But most Australians have Vegemite on toast. I like to stick the eggs on the toast. It's kind of how I spin. A little bit of ham around the outside. Around the outside. A couple of fried tomatoes. Now, I'm going to put, oops, I think I moved the camera, did I? I don't know, probably. My favourite sauce, breakfast sauce. Oh no, I'm not. That pisses me off. I haven't got any HP. That's sacrilege. I shall stick a little bit of spicy red on, just a little bit. Shopping list, get HP. It's required. Okay, I'm going to eat this outside, so I'm just going to shut this down for a sec while I walk. Don't panic, I've got you. I can't see. I've gone blind. You'll be right. You'll be right. Hang in there, I'll get you out of the child seat in a minute. Right, I don't know how much of this you'll see anyway. It's a bit hard. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Give me a sec, I'll get my biscuit barrel, put the camera on. One biscuit barrel, studio accompaniment for camera. That's got to be better. There we go. Oops, biscuit barrel lid moved. Studio 9 failure. I can't see all your words. I apologise if I miss you. But let's give this a go. Can't make the slurping noises. I was never trained in that art. I'll make the odd, but it won't be a continuous flow of hippo sounds. That is good. This biscuit barrel's not the best camera stand, let's be honest. Look, I just asked before and she didn't want breakfast this morning. She sometimes does, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Like I say, the reason I'm eating today at breakfast, in about 3 hours I'm going to the dentist. And then my mouth will feel like a slippery dip every time you sip a coffee. You ever done that, gone to the dentist, then try to drink straight away, and then see the big stain form on your shirt? Too awesome. Yeah, tomatoes and eggs just work. They really do. I don't know what it is. I like these tomatoes semi-fried, basically. They are good. This will probably do me for most of the day. I don't think I'll be eating much later. Again, because I'm going to the dentist. Whenever I do have a breakfast, I just end up really at night time having a snack. iPhone 7, Vinny. iPhone 7. Actually does good video. The only problem, Vinny, is I can't zoom in much. Yeah, which is a pain in the ass sometimes. I'll have, we got kookaburras, black cockies, pink and greys, you know me, you know what it's like, we got all them. And they're all in the trees. But the iPhone 7 doesn't have a great zoom. The missus is picking up a, I don't think she can hear me if I yell, I think it's 7 black something, you know, GoPro I think it is, something like that. Carlos Martinez resurrected. The question I'd ask you, are you really Carlos? That would be the more important question. Qualifications of people on the internet, usually unless you're going to pay someone for that information, you're very rarely going to get them revealed to you, I guess. How much money do you have, Carlos? I'm enjoying this. This is good. I think I'm getting a coffee made by the missus. That'll accompany this very nicely. So, Vinny, are you going to, you said a while ago that you might be going to the US. You still doing that? Or are you waiting for the zombie apocalypse to end first? There you are. Yeah, we've got family over there. We were going to do, we changed our plans. We were going to do UK and Germany and then over to the US, but what we've done is we've cancelled the US side of it, but we've extended our time in Europe, and then at the end of the year, at the end of this summer, we'll go over, I don't know, October, something like that, because we're getting these renovations. All Asian tourist books, everything. I don't know what that means. I've been to plenty of Asian countries. Don't mind them, but they get a bit of a, camera movement. Told her this biscuit barrel is a lousy camera tripod. Probably the nicest place, Barrier Reef. Been there. Nice, very long. People think, I'll go and see the Barrier Reef. All I can say is, have you got a few days? Can't get in. Was it school holidays or something? What's the go? This is going down a treat, by the way. I'm only doing this to support all the hammering eaters on YouTube. A show of solidarity, if you will. Yeah, we've been to a lot of Asian countries. Probably the nicest one I've been to, and it might surprise you, Vinny, is Vietnam. I hired a huge houseboat years ago. Yeah, Vietnam is beautiful. And we went up to Hawkesbury for a week. And we, after about day 3, we had the biggest lightning storm hitting all around us. The wife, her sister, a couple of friends of mine, and one of our kids. And because I'd had a few, I'm enjoying it. You know that guy on the top of the mast in Tom Hanks' movie? You know, he yells and screams, shrimp boat captain. Yeah, it was a bit like that, defiant. But in the morning when we woke up, there were 3 or 4 burnt trees around us, so just as luckily the boat was on water. But a good thunderstorm. I do miss them, actually. I don't know about you, but we seem to be seeing less and less. Haven't seen any really this year over here. We get big cold fronts come up from the Antarctic and WA, but it's summer storms that can be spectacular. And I can't remember that. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago we had a big one. We get unusual weather, like places in the country getting slammed by hail. JP lost 2 of his cars in the big one. That was about 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. I'm enjoying those tomatoes, they're so sweet. Sweet as. Yeah, I know that. I mean, barley's in my backyard, but we won't be going back there. They're too much in your face, and the closest we've ever been, other than on the boat, getting struck by lightning in a house where our son was living with us in Richmond, New South Wales. The lightning hit the veranda and cracked the wall and shattered my son's bedroom window. He was online playing games. He came out like he went white. I said, God has spoken to you, son. Get off the fucking computer. Probably going to struggle eating all that ham. Mind you, the Maggies will enjoy if I don't eat the rest. They'll enjoy that. Yeah, Vinny, I ran out of HP sauce this morning. Might declare a national disaster. Had to use Worcestershire instead. A bit of spicy red. So I hope everyone knows that today is Ham and Eggers Day, celebrated throughout the world for the ability to people to get up and face the world each day, wherever they have to go to work, so they can come home the next morning and have breakfast. Oh, I don't like sliced cheese. He might be going to Cairns. Cairns is nice. It's got a beautiful boardwalk. But I reckon he might be heading out towards the Wet Sunday or something like that. Port Douglas is beautiful, Port Douglas. It is good up there. You know what? I think the Maggies are going to get some of this ham. So I'll have that bit. Not sure how to turn the bloody camera around. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, the Maggie's going to get a little bit of that, for sure. Sometimes chartering a boat, Vinny, it's just as cheap to get the skipper with the boat. I mean, it was a long time ago since I hired that. It was about 50-foot houseboat. It was about $4,000 for the week, but I've got a boat licence. I used to do charters off at Geraldton up north where I live now, many moons ago, so I didn't need one, but it was like only $400 more. Yeah, hired the skipper. Normally, if you're hiring a boat with a skipper, you'll get the skipper and a dog, or, you know, someone who runs around the boat, looks after people and things like that. There are a couple of good islands up north where you don't need to have a boat to live on. They'll take you to huts and all that, but you're paying a few bucks for it. But I wouldn't go up there yet, Benny. There's a cyclone called Cyclone Omar heading towards the coast, and won't probably hit the coast, might do, but geez, it'll churn up everything. I've been past Queensland many times. When I was younger, it was just after a cyclone, and I'm thinking, this Barra Reef looks like shit. It's just mud. Of course, the cyclone had ripped up all the water and the currents, and just, I thought, this isn't that special. I come back about a decade later and dove on it, and yeah, it is magnificent. We've got some magnificent coral protective reefs out here. Superb. That's what I was going to ask you, Vinny. You know, in Sydney it's the same, in Perth it's the same, and I'm sure it's the same in Melbourne. You go to a fishmonger or a place where people sell fish, it's all imported shit. You know, I'm used to catching snapper, bluebone, fresh whiting, shark, all those sort of things. And the fish you see in the fishmongers looks plastic to me. A lot of it's perch, you know, that Nile stuff they sell. It's terrible stuff. Well, the best way to get your fish, if you can't catch it yourself, is to go down the wharf, have a bit of a natter and see who and where does some wet lining. A lot of boats still combine. They'll be like crayfishing, and they do that in your area as well, and then they'll do like 2 or 3 hours of wet lining on the way in because they have a wet lining licence. But most of the fish now, I can tell you, in WA we have some magnificent fish, and I know 2 of the main wet liners. One's a mate of mine, and they don't even get the fish onto the dock unless it's packaged and ready to go overseas. That's what's happening, Vinny. Most of the quality local produce, like jewfish, is about $120 a kilo. Snapper, Norwest snapper, you name it, all the table fish, coral, trout and all that, they all go overseas. We don't see them here. I once heard of a restaurateur in one area was furious because he stopped getting supplied because everything else was being shipped overseas, and the guy said, well, if you're willing to pay double, like they are, I'll give it to you. But where does most of it go, Vinny?
Mark's here with his new car.
He is he? Oh, I'll go and have a look at his new car. Hang on a sec. Son's bought a new car. Tiger Flathead. All right, mate. Yes, Mel, I used to do charters out there. Big rat, little Italian. Let me just bear with me for a sec, okay? I'm just going to go out to the son's car and I'll show you it.
Yeah, they were like.
So it's $30 for Regan to get to work this morning?
Are you still live streaming?
Yeah, I'm going to actually film the car.
But don't get a number plate.
I won't get the number plate.
So you're still live streaming?
So explain what it is, Mark.
Live streaming.
So give the details of the vehicle. Where
It's 2019
two-door,
two
coupe.
coupe.
What size wheels you got on that beast?
450 horsepower, meters to top.
Yeah, my mate Bernie would love this. He'd love this. So this is a fully imported vehicle which had to go through the process of getting it changed. How long did that take to get the changeover?
7 days.
And that was in Melbourne? Yeah.
At HSV.
HSV in Melbourne.
Is Vinny on there listening?
Yeah.
Vinny, you want one?
You want to know the price? But anyway,
No.
this was obviously left-hand drive now, Australian right-hand drive.
Fully re-engineered, everything was pulled apart, the whole
Yep.
car was pulled apart, reconstructed in Melbourne.
So it landed about a month ago then.
A couple of weeks ago, it's an O2.
Yeah, that's why I came here.
February.
I just realised I hadn't got another
Yeah,
video.
so it's built February.
O2 19 build.
They didn't assemble it in Melbourne, or?
No, it's sent in as a semi-finished car.
Yep.
It was drivable when it came
Yep.
in.
Yep. So the main part was actually the left or right hand drive.
Yeah, they have to change the seats over and everything like that as well.
Yeah. Oh, looks good, mate. Have you actually been home since last night? Or you've been driving around.
Put it on the street, put my car on the street last night.
All right. Catch you later. Yeah, I got half of that the other day, Vinny. It's a V6, I gather, yeah? A V6. That was a nice car. Do you know what that cost him? Most people won't be liking the next thing I say. Well over 100,000 for that car. The what?
William said he wants to watch the live stream.
Oh. I'll find out what it cost him eventually, but I know it was well over 100. Brand new. He asked me what I thought when he was going to buy it. I said, don't be an idiot. But they earned a good money, so why not? Why not? You live once. Wife's making me a coffee. She had to talk like that because coffee apparently could be illegal. Don't worry about it. Here it comes. Has he had breakfast? You might want a bit of this hand. You know what I'd do there, Vinny? As being my way and yours, I'd find a buyer for it before you bought it. You know where I'm going with that. Flip it before you spend any money. Ask for the rights to advertise it, pay for the advertising, find a person that would like to have it, and make you 10 grand profit. That's the best way to do it, for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about the son's choice of banana yellow. I mean, being a Camero in Australia, fully imported, it'd be noticeable anyway. But the banana yellow will make it stand out. Got it yesterday. I have a feeling he hasn't been home yet. Yes, that would be, well, that might be 20% of a house deposit here, Mel, as you know. I'm pretty sure our American friends, their jaws would drop if we took them around and showed them postage stamps blocks selling around Perth for like $500,000, you know, 300 or 400 square metres, or about an eighth of an acre, and sometimes 16th. In fact, Mel, they just passed laws that they can sell in Perth, in Freo, 80 square metres. Obviously be in an apartment sort of setup, but that's legal now to own 80 square metres, which is the size of my lounge. Yeah, but I just don't understand. Man, we could easily, with this property, we could have just subdivided. It's about 800 squares, huge backyard, and I could have subdivided overnight. Don't want it. We're going to live in this one, so we're going to build extensions, put a pool in, blah blah blah, and have a backyard because we've got 8 grandkids, and they'll enjoy it. But a lot of people, I don't know. You've been to these people's places, Vinny. You got a bit of land like I used to have, and you go into their house and they'll say, "Come out the back end of a barbecue," and then you walk shoulder to shoulder down a very small veranda next to a barbecue, and you sit on a chair because there's not room for 2. Fern Tree Gully, that's nice. Actually, that's a beautiful place, Vinny. Move there. You know what I mean. It is a beautiful place. I couldn't eat all that. Do you think you might want some? The boy? Yeah. Get the subdivision pushed through, then sell it, mate. You know the go. Yeah, no, that's one of the beauties of when you get older, is to watch the grandkids all go berserk in the backyard, and then spend 2 days cleaning up after they've left. If they leave, a lot of them stay. We did save down the back here. I'm sure you've seen another video. We saved a couple of mandarin trees, a fig tree. I've got, hello Kit Kat. I've got, what's that? That's a miniature lemon tree, is it? A dwarf lemon tree. Don't know how that's going to go. We love lemons. And because we've got 2 mandarin trees already, the other kids for Christmas bought us another mandarin tree. So I might go commercial, Vinny. Let's get one of them packing sheds. Anyway, I just wanted to cook some ham and eggs for everybody. Show solidarity for the ham and eggers. It really is the way to go. I mean, maybe they need a bit of oil put on them, Vinny. Just take a couple of your lemons and some of your leaves, or a little branch, take it down to a, well, I'm not sure whether Bunnings staff would know, but a proper garden centre would know. You can usually treat those things with oil. Yeah, mate, that'll be oil. There's all sorts of oils you can use, but it's the time of the year, mate. Where you are, you've got the season. You would have felt it already. The season's changing. Usually the first week in March here, I'll be super feeding the trees. Won't be pruning them. I was pruning the dead of winter. The dead of winter, not now. You can cause some real damage to trees. But with you, it's probably a bit early. Probably about now you can feed your fruit trees. You know, citrus food, pig shit, sheep shit, cow shit, whatever you like. They need a good dose. Water it in, and then prune round about for you would be end of May. I think here it's about June, end of May, middle of May for you. But now's the time for you to feed them. For me, it's another couple of weeks away. Nothing like picking your own fruit. Seriously, it's like growing your own veggies. Walk out the back like a shopping centre. I'll have 2 tomatoes, a couple of lettuce leaves. You never pull a lettuce out of the ground. Just pull the outer leaves off until you got enough to make a salad. Why? Because the lettuce grows from the inside out. So the next couple of days, pull more leaves off. Some people just get a knife and go, oh, lettuce, yeah, and then they eat 5 leaves and let the rest rot in the fridge. Leave it in the ground. Just pull the outer. If you grow different varieties of lettuce, you can pull a mixed salad of lettuce off the outer edges. There'll be a few daggy bits, throw them away, put them into the chook bin. Any advice on growing coriander? It goes berserk here, Mel. You're overwatering. I put money to a brick, you're overwatering. Coriander is very susceptible. So you've got to find a little container, and you know those little sprayers for water? Just make them damp. How do you check? Put your finger in the bloody container and go, oh, that feels like a swimming pool. Too much water. Coriander, very versatile. I don't like coriander. You know, you go to a restaurant and all of a sudden you'll be eating through that mixed salad and you get that, ugh, what the hell was that? Coriander effect. A bit like the Manhattan Project, comes up and bites you when you least expect it. Have you got chicken seeds? No, I've been looking for years to find chicken seeds, because then you could just sprinkle a few on the ground and a couple of months later, there's the little chickens. No, we will get some chickens, but what a money maker that would be. Vinny, you can take over the East Coast, Mel can do the Metro, I'll do out of WA. Little bag of chicken seeds. Water them gently. Because if you plant your chickens upside down, they die. Actually, dead chickens are good for your fruit trees, Vinny. You know that? Dead sheep. A mate of mine used to always do that. We'd go around the district, find a few dead sheep. Farmers say, yeah, take them. And dig a big hole, chuck them in the ground, water it for about a month, plant your fruit tree on top. Egg yolk Patronus. Sounds like something out of Harry Potter, Mel. Yeah, I mean, you can. It's environmental, but they also work on the cycle of the sun. I mean, literally the cycle and the angle of the sun. Chickens generally go off the lay in the middle of winter in Australia, unless you've got a barn Vinny. You know, find an old 3x3 shed, deck it out so it's fairly comfortable and warm. They'll lay in the middle of winter if they've got the environment to do it. If they're just out in a chook pen with that freezing bloody wind in Victoria, I think my house will be going a bit tight. No, fuck it, you cannot get any eggs. But you can, if you've got a barn, they'll lay more. It's a bit like growing vegetables in Victoria. If you had a substantial greenhouse, you can plant earlier and you can harvest later. That's what they do in the Northern Hemisphere. Mate of mine has a magnificent greenhouse in Canada, which I hope to catch up with them at the end of the year. Should be good. But I've done my ham and egging for the day, and I'm going to go and probably take the young bloke to school. Can you believe rats have been stealing? Yep. Rats are cunning little buggers. Actually, you know those scarab beetles that pull crap backwards, Vinny? Rats will do that with eggs. They'll crack them open whenever they can, but they'll try and take them away. The answer for rats is cats. Not keen on that rat poison. It's not good. You never know where that's going to end up. I know a couple of friends of mine lost little puppy dogs because the neighbour was a little bit liberal, you know, with snail pellets, for example, which is very sad. Anyway, good people, I'm sure there are more important people to go and watch than I. Hope you enjoyed the breakfast and the Camero this morning. That was out of the blue. I didn't realise he'd got it last night. So have a good day. If you can be kind to people, do that. But if there's a bastard that needs kicking in the ass, please assist him.